The old C63 didn't just make noise, it had a soul. We're talking about 8 cylinders and 4 liters of twin-turbo power that sounded like it was barely holding together at redline. When that car drove by, people stopped what they were doing to look, and half of them probably pulled out their phones to record it. Then, Mercedes decided to kill that feeling. They swapped the V8 for a 4-cylinder and didn't exactly do it quietly. They held a massive press conference to call it the future of performance, claiming that 671 horsepower made it better than the old car ever was. On paper, the numbers actually backed them up, but the market had a completely different reaction. So, what exactly went wrong? To see why this move crashed and burned, you have to understand what we actually lost. The previous W205 Mercedes-AMG C63 S was a beast, featuring a hand-built 4-liter twin-turbo V8 that pumped out 503 horsepower. This engine, known by the code M177, followed a strict philosophy where one single technician signed the block they built by hand. That one-man, one-engine approach was the heart of the brand, and it gave the car a personality you just can't get from a mass-produced assembly line. While a 0 to 60 time of 3.8 seconds might not look world-breaking today, the way it delivered that power felt incredibly violent and immediate. It was like the car took it personally every time you mashed the pedal. The exhaust barked through tunnels and crackled on every downshift, creating a high-revving howl that no speaker system in the world could ever fake. With a curb weight of about 3,900 pounds, the car felt sharp and responsive. It was a sports sedan that changed direction the exact moment you asked it to, rather than waiting a second to think about it. But here is the thing people often forget. The C63 wasn't just a fast machine, it was a cultural icon. Enthusiasts treated these cars like high-end watches or vintage guitars, building entire identities around owning, tracking, and modding them. There was a genuine rivalry between the BMW M3 crowd and the C63 guys, and that gap between the two camps was a huge part of the fun. Of course, the old car wasn't perfect, especially since the fuel economy hovered around a brutal 16 miles per gallon. Mercedes knew the V8 was on borrowed time because European emissions laws were tightening up fast. Their solution was technically impressive, resulting in the world's most powerful production 4-cylinder paired with a rear electric motor. The new setup delivers 671 horsepower and hits 60 in just 2.9 seconds, making it faster than the old V8 in every measurable category. However, there was one specific number that everyone at AMG headquarters should have been worried about. Once you hear this figure, you'll understand why this car was doomed before the first customer even took delivery: 4,800 pounds. That is the actual curb weight of the W206 Mercedes-AMG C63 S E Performance. To get there, Mercedes packed in a complex hybrid system, a rear electric motor, and a 6.1 kilowatt-hour battery pack, all paired with the most powerful production 4-cylinder engine on the planet. 4,800 pounds is a massive number, especially when you realize it is nearly 1,000 pounds heavier than the model it replaced. We aren't looking at a minor weight gain here. This is like strapping a grand piano to the roof of a sports sedan and trying to convince everyone it's an upgrade. To put that into perspective, a BMW M3 weighs roughly 3,840 pounds. While the BMW stays sharp and direct at a weight a sports sedan should actually carry, the new C63 tips the scales like a full-size SUV. You aren't buying a nimble sports car anymore, but rather a performance machine wearing a heavy suit of armor. Mercedes definitely knew this was going to be a tough sell, so the engineers and the press team decided to lead with the raw performance data. On paper, the numbers are genuinely wild, featuring a 2.9-second sprint to 60 and 752 pound-feet of torque. It can clear a quarter mile in 11.2 seconds at 121 miles per hour, which are basically hypercar stats in a four-door body. But here's the thing. Buyers don't feel the spec sheet when they're behind the wheel. They feel the weight. When you push this car through a corner, it tells you immediately that it's struggling to manage those 4,800 pounds. The steering stays accurate, but the feedback feels muted and distant, and while the suspension controls the body roll, you can still tell the mass is there. Road and Track actually called the experience bloodless, and while car and driver loved the straight-line speed, they couldn't ignore the handling compromises. Even Edmunds pointed out the intrusive road noise and how difficult the car felt to toss into a turn. Then, we have to talk about the sound, or more specifically, the lack of it. This is the part that really hurt the fans, because Mercedes tried to use synthetic engine noise through the speakers to make up for what a four-cylinder can't do. You can tell it's fake, and frankly, everyone else can too. It feels like watching a big-budget war movie where the explosions are just slightly out of sync with the picture. Your brain knows something is wrong before you can even figure out why. The old V8 didn't need any digital help to sound good because it just did. By comparison, this new engine note at full throttle is a high-pitched buzz with some digital texture layered over the top. It isn't exactly offensive, but it certainly isn't a reason to drop six figures on a car either. For the vast majority of C63's buyers, that signature sound was the entire reason they bought the car in the first place. Now, to be fair, the hybrid system is a legitimately impressive piece of engineering. That rear electric motor allows for torque vectoring that the old mechanical setups couldn't touch, and the launch control is brutal in the best way possible. The fuel economy in hybrid mode is also way better than the V8 ever was, so if you want a fast daily driver that's actually efficient, the case for this car holds up. But Mercedes missed a huge point about their own customer base. C63's buyers weren't out there cross-shopping hybrids or running fuel economy calculators to save a few bucks at the pump. They were buying a specific feeling tied to a specific sound and a mechanical personality that took decades to build. When you try to replace all of that soul with a spec sheet, even a very impressive one, the connection to the driver breaks. The showrooms were about to prove exactly how much that mattered. The price tag started at $85,000, but once you added options, it crossed the $100,000 mark without much effort. If you wanted a special paint finish, that alone could cost you nearly $17,000 on top of the base price. For that kind of money, you could easily buy a fully loaded BMW M3 Competition and still have plenty of cash left over. The M3 gives you 503 horsepower from a 3-liter inline-six, weighs much less at 3,800 pounds, and sounds like a real performance engine. Most importantly, it costs less. The market noticed the discrepancy immediately. In Australia, which has always been one of AMG's strongest territories, the C63 only moved 238 units in all of 2024. During that same time, the BMW M3 moved 399 sedans, plus another 310 wagons. The M3 wasn't just winning the sales race, it was absolutely lapping the Mercedes. The numbers coming out of the UK were even harder to swallow. By March of 2024, only 13 C63 units had been registered in the entire country, and several of those were already popping up on the used market. That tells you everything you need to know about how the early adopters felt once they actually had to live with the car every day. Reviewers and enthusiasts started pointing out that you almost never saw these cars on the road. For a halo model that is supposed to represent the absolute best of a brand, being invisible is a total death sentence. The whole point of owning a C63 is for people to see it and hear it, But if it just blends into traffic, the mission has failed. Dealers eventually started offering quiet discounts just to move the inventory off their lots. It was a strange sight to see the most technologically advanced AMG ever built sitting idle while buyers walked right past it to the BMW showroom next door. Then something happened that should have been a massive red flag for the brand. The CEO of AMG publicly admitted that they had lost their V8 loyalists with this specific car. It is wild to think that the person running the entire performance division would admit their flagship sedan pushed away the very people it was built for. That isn't just a product flaw, it's a total misunderstanding of what the brand actually means to the people who buy it. Mercedes eventually reacted the way companies do when a product fails this loudly. They announced that the four-cylinder hybrid was being scrapped in favor of the C53, which uses a 3-liter inline-six mild hybrid. This new setup is simpler, lighter, and much more honest about what it's trying to be as a performance car. But the real confirmation came with the news that the C63 is getting a V8 after all. It will feature a flat-plane crank 4-liter twin-turbo V8 that meets all the new emission standards, built specifically for the people who never stopped asking for one. Mercedes didn't just quietly move on from the four-cylinder experiment, they announced its replacement with the exact engine they killed off 3 years ago. A company doesn't make a pivot that massive unless the sales data is absolutely forcing their hand. The C63 the hybrid wasn't the result of bad engineering, because the tech inside it is actually quite sophisticated. However, being sophisticated isn't the same thing as being right for the customer. Mercedes tried to solve a government regulatory problem and a customer desire at the same time. But instead of hitting both targets, they missed the mark entirely. When you swap out a car's soul for a spec sheet, buyers notice immediately. You don't feel that change in the data, but you definitely feel it in the seat and hear it in the exhaust. The moment you pin the throttle and the car fails to react the way you expected, the magic disappears, and that is exactly what happened with this generation. Mercedes now has a real opportunity to fix things with the upcoming C53 and the rumored return of the V8. Whether the engineers actually learned their lesson this time is the real question we are all waiting to answer. If you want to see us break down if the new C53 is the car the C63 should have been from the start, hit subscribe so you don't miss that video. Drop a comment below and tell us which one you would actually want in your driveway. This new hybrid or the classic V8? We want to hear your take. And if you want to know why the Subaru STI had to die, watch this video next.